I'm Reliquary.
I'm DJ White Rhino.
We're Maddie and Glenn from Imagine Festival.
And you're watching GSUTV.
Well, it's September here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, and you know what that means. It's year 5 of Imagine Music Festival. This year, GSUTV has gotten exclusive access behind the scenes. But first, let's talk about a fateful day that started it all.
I had a friend that was working at a local bar club, and it was a great opportunity for me to learn the business with that long-term goal in mind of opening my own place at some point. And so that's when I became a bartender, and I just happened to be at the bar at Cosmo Lava, and this beautiful girl walked into the bar. She stood there for a minute. I said, you know, a great pickup line, "You're cute," was the extent of it. It wasn't much, but somehow, some way, I fooled somebody, and I can't.
He was 2 hours late to our date, but I stuck around.
I was so nervous.
You got lost.
It was literally 5 miles from my house. I lived in Howell Mill, and it was Taste of Atlanta was in Atlantic Station. I'm driving around, like, kept missing the turn. I'm like, oh my God, I keep missing that. It's like right around the corner. I'm like trying to get my hair perfect and doing push-ups, you know, whatever, to make myself look good. It's just hilarious, you know. Typical guy stuff, I guess, for the first date.
So I was about to leave, and then
I said, no, don't leave.
And then it was perfect timing. We ran right into each other, and I saw him. I was like, gosh, he's a lot cuter than I remember.
You know, we pretty much knew from there that it was a match made in heaven. Yeah, it was nice.
The idea behind Imagine Festival, it started 5 years ago when we were throwing Iris events. We had a weekly event at the time, which we actually still have, and we felt like we were constricted by the 4 walls that we were in. You know, we were inside a nightclub, and we didn't own the nightclub, so we didn't really have the control that we wanted, and we really wanted the opportunity to play out our true vision for the type of events that we wanted to do.
So she's always had these visions of mermaids swimming in front of the stage and things like this, and she's always been the creative genius sort of behind the marketing and the graphics.
I do a lot of the graphics, and so the flyer is often the time where I kind of let my creative juices flow, and so I was coming up with this flyer for the first Imagine Festival, and I kept seeing a mermaid, and I wanted to have a mermaid on it, and so I found this really great artist in Mexico, and he had these amazing, just visionary art that he did. Fabian Jamez is his name, and he created the image of the mermaid that everyone knows so well of Imagine.
All girls love mermaids.
And all girls love mermaids. And we said, okay, we're gonna do an aquatic themed event. There's nothing like it.
Year 1 was a huge challenge. It was very complicated. We had never done our own festival before. We'd been a part of a few other festivals, producing stages at Counterpoint. We produced some stages at Sweetwater 420 Festival here in Atlanta. So we were becoming a part in some way, shape, or form with almost every single festival. And we also teamed up with Brian McNamara, who's the owner of Masquerade. We thought we had a pretty good understanding of what we were facing, and we were able to put together a really, really good team, a strong team that we thought was some of the best in the business, from production to site to promotion as well. I would certainly say it was a challenge, and it was overwhelming that first year. We didn't have any kind of real good grasp of exactly what it took to create and produce a well-run festival. We were fortunate enough to have a good team on board, and we feel we created a very successful event.
Talking about where it started was very humble beginnings. We were in the Masquerade Music Park area. 3 stages that started off with, the main one being in the center of the park. You had like the local stage in the very bottom right in that little amphitheater area. And then the actual Masquerade Music Park, there was like the weird trance music and experimental vibes and things like that on that stage.
And so that led to year 2. Year 2, we felt was one of our best years to date. We got acclimated to the site. We felt like we ran it really efficiently and really well. And I think that second year was a really, really good year for us.
We doubled our attendance.
We doubled our attendance from 5,000 to 10,000 that second year. And we felt like we were really moving in the right direction. And then we find out that the whole area is being redeveloped. So we have to move.
Moving is always a real challenge for a festival. And when you do move, it's almost like starting at year 1 again. So that's where, when we had to move, we said, well, we're gonna make this big move this one time and we're never gonna move again.
To see them going from just a day festival ending at 11 o'clock, having to throw after parties afterwards, no camping, to a 4-night now camping festival that have thousands upon thousands of attendees per day. I mean, that's just awesome. And the best part is, you know, talking about something that I like the most would be that it's still a homegrown fill-in festival.
Local DJ White Rhino has been a mainstay at Iris events for years.
I've been a resident DJ with Iris for quite some time. When I first started, I was very, very hard dubstep. The guy who taught me how to DJ was DJ Nuck. He lives here in Atlanta still plays out every now and then. So I started DJing down at Georgia Southern in like bars and stuff like that, and it was all top 40s and it wasn't a lot of EDM music. So down at Georgia Southern, I threw a couple shows myself so we could book some people from Atlanta. Those kicked off really well, so I would come up here to Atlanta to DJ at like the Quad and Connect Lounge and rhythm and trap. That's it. That's all I wanted to play. That's all I wanted to be known for. And I credit Chris Lyda, one of the people who helped run Iris and Imagine. He was very upfront, very honest. He was like, hey, you need to get this crap together. You need to do X, Y, and Z. And because of that, he was able to, you know, allow me to showcase my style because I was willing to learn and grow. So it's just a big family that we all support each other and love each other and groom each other to grow. They want to not only see me succeed, but they want them to succeed as well. They've given me the opportunities to get to meet people that you never thought you'd be able to meet, but more importantly, open up for them and, you know, have them walk up and be like, hey, you did a great job. That's huge. It's like, you know, not only stroking my ego, but it makes it worthwhile.
Bear Grillz, a sensational DJ currently on a worldwide tour, brought his best beats to Imagine. We caught up with him before he took the stage.
I love Atlanta, to be honest. From all the venues that I've played here coming up, to be able to play Imagine for the first time, I'm actually really excited. I've seen the crowd out there and it looks pretty good. I really like to give the crowd like what I call peaks and valleys. So, you know, they're up, they're high energy, then it comes down and they can rest and they can sort of feel the music and enjoy those vibes, and then it's right back up to raging again. Come on, ATL, let's go! I think there's a lost art in DJing, to be honest. I think a lot of times in the past, it was easy to read a crowd, but for me, when I know I play a show, I know the dubstep fans are going to be there, and I get to play and cater to them. Not a very wide-ranging, like eclectic type of set that I play. It's like dubstep, bass music, and they love it. So I do change my set from show to show, festival to festival, but it's almost, when I tell people who aren't in the scene, it's like you go to see a Red Hot Chili Peppers concert, they have a set list of their songs. I kind of have a skeleton of songs that I know I want to play, and then I kind of, you know, vary it from that. So it's always the same, but it's always different at the same time.
Did you just tell me?
the original idea was to have me come on the show in the suit and have two girls fighting over it. So they were gonna fight over me and fight over my real identity. And at that point I hadn't revealed myself yet, so my anonymity was still, unrevealed. And then one day the producer calls me up and says, let's change everything, let's just reveal yourself on the show. And I said, no, don't want to do that. Because at that point I didn't think or know I wanted to reveal myself. I wanted to stay anonymous. So I talked with my team, my managers, my agents, everyone said, you're an idiot if you don't do it. 2 million people watch that show every episode. So we decided to do it, and I think it worked out. I think my fan base grew because of that. I can't go to one show without somebody mentioning Jerry Springer.
When Imagine first started, you pretty much knew what to expect, a steady diet of drum and bass and trap DJs. But as the festival has grown, so has the fan base, and they wanted more variety.
Trance in general is pretty different for Iris. Atlanta's got a strong reputation for being very bass focused, like dubstep, rhythm. A lot of people are getting tired of the same styles of music playing over and over and over again. You have 3 or 4 bass styles just showing up, and then after so long, you get tired of it,
I have been DJing for the past 4 years. I like the rush. It's like a natural high that you get when you're DJing and you see people dancing, smiling, hands up in the air. It's like a natural high that you I don't know, it's very difficult to describe.
One of the great things about dance music period is it's so broad and diverse. It's so many different styles and genres. It seems like there's a lot of people moving more towards the typical 4 on the floor, housey styles.
I like to play hard tracks, very energy tracks, some uplifting trance.
You see a lot more house, a lot more trance. Even at places like Iris or the big major clubs that would never book anything essentially other than bass artists are bringing in trance acts every now and then again, big house names again, and it's good to watch because that's really what speaks to my heart is that those styles more than the bass styles.
And Imagine and Iris have been doing a great job, taking the leadership in bringing excellent trance acts, especially this year.
Hopefully it keeps going with that trend. That's what I'm hoping for. Fingers crossed. The Goodhands and the whole Iris family, they're so supportive of the local scene. It's kind of difficult to imagine, for no pun intended.
Some of the things that have contributed is the group that I belong to, which is called Unity. Unity events have for the past several years took them upon themselves and bring DJs that have not been mainstream per se, but the trance fans know who they are. They're big in their own. Nowadays, Iris is bringing DJs and they're seeing the fans are going there. As a fan, not as a DJ, but me as a fan of trance, anytime that there's a trance act, I go. So I know there's a lot of friends that anytime there's a trance DJ, they go because we want the trance to keep coming to Atlanta.
There is an awful lot of work that the producers and DJs and promoters put into making the scene what it is. I mean, really, the talent, Green Velvet, Tigger, Walker and Royce, Latman, the production. I mean, if you look at the Oceana stage that's here today, it's absolutely spectacular. And the Disco Inferno stage, the pyrotechnics that are there, it's breathtaking. And you've got fans that have traveled from multiple states away, hundreds of miles. It's a big eclectic group. It's a really nice group of people. I mean, everyone's here, they've got good vibes, they've got good feelings. They're just here for the music, they're here to have a good time. And that's really what the scene's about. The scene should be about music, love, dancing. Forget all the hate and ugliness that's outside in the world today and just focus on being nice to your neighbor, being nice to the community. I mean, that's family. I mean, it's not just the Iris family. The Iris family goes beyond sort of Glenn, Maddie, Chris, all those guys. It goes to everyone who comes out to the events because we all want to be one big family. And that's how we should treat each other, like family.
Local DJs form the backbone of Imagine's lineup, but it's legends like Paul Oakenfold that make Imagine a memorable experience.
Atlanta was one of the first places that embraced electronic music in America. I think because its roots are music. It's always been a place that I've enjoyed coming back to. It's always on my radar, and I'm very fortunate and lucky that I get asked to come back. The electronic scene, which grew in America through the EDM. So EDM is your gateway. That's the commercial side of electronic music. Once you've been sitting in that area for a few years, you start to dig deeper. You start to recognize the sound that you like. Could be techno, could be house, could be trance, whatever. And then you start to find within that genre that you like, music that you like, DJs that you follow, producers that you want to find out more about, singers that you love their voice. And that's how you grow within the community. And then once you're in that community and you become, let's say, a member of the trance family, you feel like that you are really part of a family. It's a wonderful community that they're around the world. I was asked to perform at Stonehenge, which is one of Britain's iconic venues. It was to bring awareness really to what English heritage are trying to do. The Tower of London, Big Ben, Houses of Parliament, Stonehenge. I mean, Stonehenge is 4,500 years old. We need to look after these places. We need to take care of some of these wonderful monuments so our children can see them. And that's where English heritage really need help, because it costs millions to maintain these places. I'm a fan of history. I wanted to help, and that's kind of how it started. And then I spent a long time, 6 months, in terms of preparation, timing records, what would work, what story do I want to tell as you sit and watch sunset in this iconic, one of the wonders of the world. And then after that, I wanted to bring up, to play alongside me, one of Britain's greatest artists and DJs, Cole Cox. So after I finished my first set, Cole joined me and we went back to back. And Cole's been a friend for many years, so it was great to do that. And we brought a lot of awareness, and hopefully people will, go and see these wonderful places and enjoy them. No one can really tell you what the future is. What I can tell you is internationally it's becoming more and more popular. A lot of my colleagues are spending as a community more time in China, more time in India. It's here to stay in a big way. It's not going to go away. Like every music, it may drop down in terms of its popularity, but it will always be there.
We also pride ourselves in being somewhat interactive with our audience and reachable.
We talk to them on Facebook about who they want to see. Oh, you had a bad time? Oh, why? To talk to us. And just this constant open flow of communication with our customers has really been able to make us have an event that really is about the customer and give them that family feel. People can feel connected to us and really have their wishes and dreams of a festival shown through our event. Creating this festival is really the impossible that happened. When we created Believe in creating this venue, it's just another one of those dreams that we've all of a sudden made possible. And I think it's really about inspiring people to go after their dreams and not give up and be persistent and honestly believe in what they want to do. And I think when you're in college, this is the time to really think about what your passions are and what inspires you, and don't set any limits for yourself.
I've had my eye on this building ever since I left. All along, I've always had my eye on it. It always had some sentimental value to me. And one of my friends told me that the lease is about to expire. There was some other stuff going on at Rush Lounge. Brookhaven was changing, and the timing was just happened to be perfect. Even the beginning of Imagine, we were starting to look for our own place. So we'd been looking for a while. We were in no rush, no pun intended. And so it's just getting started here. We're super excited about it.
It's really more that we're part of the community, and we came from this community, and I think everyone just always saw our vision and understood what we wanted to do, and just felt like that was something that they wanted to get behind. It was really kind of a movement that we started here in Atlanta to even branch into EDM and do these big festivals. And Atlanta hasn't really seen that before, and I think it's something that got people just really excited. And a lot of the youth, I guess, that comes to some of our shows, I think that was one thing when we started doing our events, is that we wanted to be good role models for these kids, and really show them a family. If they didn't have it, here you can join our family, and we're here to support you and help you and help you grow as a person and find yourself. And I think that's really what it's all about.
Leave your heart out by the door. Here in the dark, nobody wants your love. They crave the rhythm of the night. Under these lights, whatever's wrong feels right. We go all night, we can go all day if you dare, dare.
Woo! I am exhausted. Imagine has been non-stop energy from start to finish. We hope you've enjoyed the music, the amazing people in the Imagine family. I'm Chanel Janvier, and we'll see you soon.
100 bodies on the floor. We may look different, but we're all the same. We want the trouble and the bass. Give us the music and we radiate. We go all night, we can go all day if you dare, dare. Under the moonlight,